get Devontae and Quentin back out there, brought a big boost to the swag, the confidence, the communication, just the overall command. And then there's some things I think it's great to knock some rust off. You know, they'll be the first to tell you because of the standards they have, there were some plays they were proud of and some things that they can learn from. Technical things and some things with some space that I think they'll say, no, I can do better there, and he will be.
Caleb Williams, where have you noticed that
yeah, just playmaking, explosive plays, and you look at it, okay, good job, making some critical plays off schedule, to make plays in the pocket, drive the ball, extend plays, his eyes down the field, to be able to make unbelievable throws off that, create his way. It's an explosive play waiting to happen. It's why they can get back in games and finish the way that they have. I think that's the belief that they've established. You have those types of successful outcomes, no different than they asked me the other day. I think he had full expectation when he's down the field. I feel that when I watch the team. And I watch that team, there's a belief that they can find ways to finish, and that's why they're in this situation. But he is going to be a nice man. We're excited about that. His breath is freaking go, man. Good, thank you, Dan.
It came explosive.
Well, I think it's easier said than done. It's great rush integrity, great ability, perfect type of rush, not about that. Understand what are the things that he does and he's at his best, and try to be able to minimize those things. So we're going to dive into that. But it takes all of that to a collective effort. It's 11 at 1. One, makes a lot of stuff work.
He decides to keep it here. Gets the first and still running.
Boy, nice call here to start this national championship game off with a physical run. I think this offensive line has been a strength all year long, and here
guys,
they get this game started the right way.
As always, I'm your host,
Big chunk gain in the first play of the drive sets him up near midfield in 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's Hart. He escapes the pocket. He's going to take off here.
If nothing else is there, good decision by this quarterback to be able to pick up some positive yards. I'd rather see him do that than force the ball into coverage. Good heads-up play.
Caught over the middle. It's Gibson. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 30 and a 1st down. The Seminoles will have 1st and 10 here. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. With the catch, it's Jackson. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready.
Touchdown, Seminoles. They draw first blood in this national title game. Some of the crowd hasn't even settled in. We got points on the board. Buckle up, Kirk.
I mean, this is amazing. This is exactly how you envision it, with the long layoff, the hype, the pressure, all the interviews you've done, and to be able to start off with an opening drive and a touchdown.
It made my hand not working. Like when I do this, dude, smack my hand. Like smack. You see how loose it is? That means it's not working. I shouldn't be throwing these touchdowns.
Every time that I would get comfortable, and they would try, right? And then I could and then it started to look like.
And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. Can they keep it going? They mixed the run and pass beautifully in the last touchdown drive. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball.
Red.
Caught by the receiver. A quick spin move. They make the tackle, but not before he reaches the 37.
Red.
Front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to
This bitch ain't getting cheated like she's the whitest fucking fan I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here.
Then I caught this nigga. Like.
Defense is showing.
Get balls and dick. So my nigga ain't no. I say you won't make it a racist thing. I said I'm not making it a racist thing. I said the only thing I'm telling you is that the fact that I ain't never seen no nigga talk like that. There's an old black dude talk like that. It's only fucking white dudes. White dudes are fucking weird.
You gotta just take the win. Yeah, like I understand it's gonna be tough.
Fucking white dudes.
Annoyed. You look at the Panthers as they're inferior. The Panthers are just a weird team when it comes to the Rams. I think we kind of saw the future of Sean McVay in this NFL league. And what I mean by that is Ejiro Evero was on his staff, and that defense was ready to stop Sean McVay. You see, Matt LaFleur over with the Packers. I know. They're trying. Got a deal. The Rams have not beaten the Packers since Matt LaFleur took over. The Bengals, the last time they faced
His old ass rotisserie chicken.
the Rams, I know they lost in the Super Bowl, still a close game. They lost to Zach Taylor's Bengals, right? So there are McVay disciples around the league, and we're probably going to see more. Mike LaFleur's interviewing for coaching jobs. Chris Shula is interviewing. Nate Scheelhaas is interviewing. Like, this is kind of going to be the norm. You're going to see a lot of teams around the league that know what you're doing. So it's going to unfortunately be Sean McVay, like he had to do when, Vic Fangio and Bill Belichick kind of wrote the book on how to stop his offense. And then
that bitch rusty.
he had to kind of switch things up, and Jared Goff couldn't do it, so he moved on to Matthew Stafford. He's going to have to make similar adjustments because, how many times in that game did Evero and that defense look ready to stop the Rams? And to be fair, Alexis, I don't think this game is as close if Stafford doesn't jam his finger. I think that did impact him.
That bitch rusty. That bitch rusty. That bitch rusty.
To the fact that Stafford couldn't his finger after he went 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 or whatever.
I know.
8 or 9 straight throws. I think that's definitely fair, but at the same time,
that bitch rusty. He said they got just hollered. I said that bitch rusty. That bitch, hey, that bitch rusty, God.
Yeah, Gabe Canales, his first ever game, coaching in the postseason, and I was really impressed with, the game he called for Bryce Young. I was impressed with Bryce Young, his first ever postseason game. He stepped up, and I know he had an interception that was tipped, but he made some really big plays and put them in this game.
He said, what happened to the 65? I said, that bitch rusty.
And Bryce Young ran for one, but they didn't really have.
He said, nigga, I just hollered. I said, yeah. So yeah, hey, that bitch rusty, shorty.
Too close for comfort,
that bitch rusty.
One of those things. There are going to be those teams out there that just have
that bitch rusty, cuz.
Games
the fuck?
Carolina, every reason. It's a running game.
And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time?
The Falcons maybe even a better team with their
The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
They just had because they didn't match up well, and it's not something you or anybody really should
kind of save me a little bit.
It's something you just kind of let the Carolina Panthers prove, and they proved themselves.
Handoff from the shotgun.
This is not.
Finds room to the 30. Breaks clear over the middle. Can they catch it? Inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. They were not.
Why did the Rams come out? Had the big time touchdown, and Matthew Stafford,
I'm just saying, though.
Came through a big way. I'm just saying, ill-advised throw. But that touchdown pass is a perfectly placed touchdown pass to Colby Parkinson. Who would have thought when we interviewed Colby Parkinson coming out of Stanford, he'd be second
that bitch rusty.
Round in the playoffs. How many years later? I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it.
That bitch rusty.
Yeah. No, and if everyone in the chat let me know if I have connections. I think I might. Actually, but Jake, you bring up a good point, and I said this online as well. I'm not going to pretend that the Rams played to the standard against Carolina. I think we agree on that. It wasn't.
As soon as you put me in that situation, you was like, what happened to the 95 Mustang? I said, hey, I was scoring the spot. I was scoring the three. I'm prepping the whole place. I said, nigga, that bitch rusty.
I can acknowledge that. I have no acknowledging that that's not
I'm fucking crying. And that bitch rusty.
In Carolina as well. I think that, like you touched on, Carolina actually figured out. They were able to make Matthew Stafford uncomfortable at times, of course, finger or not. I mean, they were able to continue the run game a little. Good point, and I said this. We agree on that.
Yo, as soon as you put me in that situation, you was like, what happened to the 95 Mustang? I said, hey, I was going to spot.
A bit better than what they would. I also felt like the Rams moved away from the run game in a way that I didn't love. They get as good of a rhythm as I wanted them to, but I also thought that Carolina's defense was able to kind of snuff that out a little bit and shut that down. But Jake, in a close game like this against Carolina, I think it's fair for Rams fans who are, I don't want to say dooming, but they're like, oh, well, if you're going to play that close against the Carolina Panthers, what are you going to do against X team? What are you going to do against Y? And you know what? My answer is you take it a game at a time. And again, we're not going to talk about Chicago this episode. We're just talking about kind of the storylines against Carolina. But at the end of the day, I think, and again, a win is a win, and you do what you have to do to get the win. So you don't come out, you don't play your best football, things aren't going your way, you're not having the best game. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, right? Because you have that drive to K.I.N.G Williams, right? The K.I.N.G Williams touchdown. And you go back out, and then you have touchdown of Colby Parkinson, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, it matters that you win. It's the same thing in the Super Bowl. You just have to win. But I do understand people that are excited by some of those plays.